Good morning, students. In OC chapter number 6, only two topics are left. One is difference between partnership and company. Difference between partnership and company. Before that, we have completed types of company. On first one is statutory company, then on the basis of number of members, then on the basis of point of control, and then last one is on the basis of place of registration. After that, procedure of formation of company we have already done in CCSP, or we are going to start in CCSP. So, topic on page number 65, procedure of formation of company is not required to do in OC. Means page number 65 and page number 66. You are not required to do. Now page number 67, topic is or question is difference between partnership and company. So, any 6 points you are required to do. Any 6 points. First one is partnership. And second one is company. So already you have studied about partnership and company. That's why very easily we can bring difference between partnership and company. Only we need some points. The first point is establishment process. Explanation is easy and voluntary registration, no separate legal entity. In simple language, establishment process is easy. Establishment process is easy. In case of company, establishment process is lengthy and complicated. First point completed. Establishment process in case of partnership is easy, and establishment process is lengthy and complicated. One word you can write comparatively. Comparatively means as compared to partnership. Comparatively. Point number 2. Number of members. Here minimum 2 and maximum 50, which can be extended up to 100. In case of partnership, the minimum number of members is 2 and maximum is 50, which can be extended up to 100. So far as company is concerned, there are two types of companies are there. One is public, other is private. In case of public, minimum 7 and maximum no restrictions. So whatever we have studied about partnership and company, only we are trying to bring those points on the basis of difference. Private, minimum 2 and maximum 200. This is the second difference, number of members. On the basis of number of members, we can bring difference between partnership and company. Minimum 2 and maximum 50, which can be extended up to 100. So far as company is concerned, company, we all know two types of companies are there, public and private. In case of public company, minimum 7 and maximum no restrictions on number of members. In case of private company, minimum 2 members are required and maximum 200. Third difference. So any 6 points you can take of your own choice. Easy points. Third point is partnership can procure or manage less capital comparatively. And company, they can procure capital on large scale. Here, in case of partnership, partners can procure or partnership firm can procure or arrange or manage less capital comparatively, means as compared to company, because they have only two sources to arrange money. One, capital invested by owner, and second, if that capital is not sufficient for the business, they can take loan from the bank. Only two options are there: loan from bank or loan from any other institution or any other sources. But so far as company is concerned, they can arrange by issuing shares, they can manage money by taking loan, they can arrange by issuing debentures and other securities. So they have different sources to manage money. That's why company can procure capital on large scale. On large scale, you can add one by issuing shares. By issuing shares. So three differences are completed. Fourth one is transfer of part of interest. Transfer of part of interest means, in simple language, transfer of ownership. Transfer of ownership. Fourth point. So here, in case of partnership, partners cannot transfer their ownership to some other person without the consent of other partner. Without the consent of other partners. Partner or partners. But here, in case of company, we are talking about public company, shareholder, because here partners are not there. The person who purchased share, they are called shareholder, and shareholder are considered as a true owner of the company. So here we have to talk about shareholder. Shareholder can transfer their shares in favor of other person. Means here shareholder is not required to obtain permission from anybody else. Only he has to fulfill some formalities. He has to fill up transfer form, and then very easily shareholder can transfer their shares in favor of some other person. But so far as partnership is concerned, one partner can transfer their ownership to some other person without the partner cannot transfer their ownership to some other person without the consent of other partner. Means here, in case of partnership, consent of other partner, mutual agreement of other partner is essential for transferring the ownership. But so far as company is concerned, shareholders can transfer any time their shares in favor of any other person. Fifth point, liability. Point is liability, but in case of partnership, liability of partners is unlimited. Whereas in case of company, liability of shareholder is limited up to the amount of shares taken by them. So 5 points are completed. First one is establishment process, which is very easy in case of partnership as compared to company. In case of company, establishment process is lengthy and complicated comparatively. Here comparatively means as compared to partnership. Second point, number of members. In case of partnership, minimum number of members are 2 and maximum 50, which can be extended up to 100. So far as company is concerned, in case of public company, minimum number of members required 7, maximum no restriction means no limit. Private, minimum 2 and maximum 200. Now, so far as capital is concerned, partnership can procure less capital comparatively means as compared to company. Reason, they have only 2 sources. One, capital invested by owner. Second one is loan taken from different institution. Company has various sources to arrange money. That's why they can procure capital on large scale, especially by issuing shares. Fourth one is partners cannot transfer their ownership to some other person without the consent of other partner or partners. In case of company, shareholder can transfer their shares in favor. Transfer their share means transfer their ownership in favor of other person. Now, liability of partners in partnership firm is unlimited. Unlimited means, once again, if business assets are insufficient to pay the business liabilities, in that case partners is required to sell their personal property. But so far as company is concerned, liability of shareholder is limited up to the amount of shares taken by them. So whatever number of shares shareholder has purchased, only they are required to pay the whole amount of the shares purchased by them. So 5 points are completed. Additional 2 or 3 points. Total you have to do 6 points. Five points completed. Now 6th point is point number 6. Management, simple point. Management. Here partners themselves manage the firm. So in case of partnership, partners themselves manage the firm, whereas in company, management of company is undertaken by directors, and these directors are elected by shareholders. So partners themselves manage the firm in case of partnership firm, whereas in company, the whole management of company is undertaken by directors, and these directors are elected by shareholders. 7th point, additional point. Life. life of business or life of partnership firm, life of partnership firm depends upon death, insolvency or insanity. Insanity means insane. Insanity of partner means life of partnership firm here means partnership firm may dissolve if any partner dies or insolvent or become of unsound mind. In that case, partnership firm can be dissolved. Whereas in case of company, the company's life never be ended, means the life of company does not depends upon the life of promoter. The company's life never be ended means the life of company never depends upon the death, insolvency or insanity of any member. The life of company does not depends upon the death, insolvency or insanity of any member. It comes into liquidation only by law. Means company comes into liquidation or company is winded up only by the order of or by the law. And last additional point, 8th point, maintenance of secrecy. Maintenance of secrecy. In case of partnership firm, maintenance of secrecy is possible. Whereas in case of company, because they need to disclose all the information in prospectus or any member has right to verify the documents, any member has right to take information from the company. That's why maintenance of secrecy is not possible. Maintenance of secrecy is not possible. Once again, in case of company, all members have right to attend meeting, all members have right to verify the documents, all members have right to obtain information from the company. That's why maintenance. And then other point, it is compulsory for company to publish their accounts regularly in newspaper, local newspaper, and they are required to submit their accounts, other reports to registrar of company. That's why they cannot maintain secrecy. But in case of partnership firm, it is possible to maintain secrecy to a larger extent. So 8 points are there, total 8 points. 5 points we have already done. 6th point is partners themselves manage the firm, means management, whereas in case of company, management of company is undertaken by directors elected by shareholders. The life of partnership means dissolution of partnership totally depends upon the death, insolvency or insanity of partner. But company's life never be ended. Company's life never be ended means company is not affected by the death, insolvency or insanity of any member. Company goes into liquidation. Liquidation means winding up of the company. Winding up of the company means dissolution of the company. All have similar meaning. Liquidation, winding up and dissolution. So company goes into liquidation or a dissolution of company does not depend upon the death, insolvency or insanity of any member. Next point, secrecy. So far as partnership firm is concerned, maintenance of secrecy is possible because there are few partners. But in case of company, it is compulsory for company to publish their accounts, to publish their reports, director reports, auditor reports regularly and submit. They are required to submit these documents with registrar of company. Beside this, members, not only members, creditors also, the individuals, the institution who has given loan to the company, they have also right to obtain information about the affairs, about the activities of the company. They have also right to verify the documents of the company regularly. That's why it is not possible for company to maintain any secrecy. So this is difference between partnership and company. Next and last topic of this chapter, difference between private company and public company. And then after that, cooperative society we have not done. That's why 6.5, difference between cooperative society and company is not required to do. So last topic is difference between private company and public company. Difference between private company and public company. Private company public company. Now we all know that private and public both are the parts of company. Now what is the difference between private company and public company? Again, any 6 points of your own choice. Here we are taking 8 points. First one is number of members. We all know in case of private company, minimum 2 and maximum 200. According to textbook, number of members is minimum 2 persons and number of members should not increase more than 200. So in simple language you can write minimum 2 and maximum 200 members. Whereas in case of public company, minimum 7 and maximum no restrictions. First point complete. This is about number of members. Second point is number of directors. First point is regarding number of members. Here I am writing heading members. Now directors. In case of private company, there must be minimum 2 directors. There must be, we are talking about minimum. There must be minimum 2 directors. So far as public company is concerned, there must be minimum 3 directors. Here maximum is not given. Maximum directors is 15. Whether it is private company, 15 means 15. Whether it is private company or public company, any private company or public company can appoint maximum 15 directors. But here we are talking about minimum. The 15 is common. There is no difference. We have to talk about minimum. So there must be minimum 2 directors in case of private company, or in case of public company there must be minimum 3 directors. So one is difference on the basis of members. Second difference is on the basis of number of directors. Now third point, Transfer of share. Transfer of share. Private company puts restrictions on transfer of share through its articles. In simple language I am writing regarding transfer of shares. Members are restricted to transfer their shares. In case of private company, private company is not issuing shares. They are not issuing shares. They are only collecting members, and these members are contributing or investing some amount into the business. Means member here, in case of private company, members are not purchasing share, only they are contributing some amount into the business, and number of members are minimum 2 and maximum 200. Now suppose total there are 200 members. These members are restricted to transfer their shares, means to transfer their ownership. They cannot transfer their ownership to some other person. But in case of public company, because persons are becoming members by purchasing by purchasing shares, means they are shareholders of the company. They are true owner of the company. And we have already studied about public company that transfer of share is one of the most important characteristics in case of public company. Means shareholder can transfer their shares easily, because they have purchased share whenever they need money or whenever they want to transfer their share, only by following few formalities, very easily they can transfer their shares in favor of some other person. So this is the difference. In case of private company, members are restricted to transfer their shares or transfer their ownership, not shares, ownership. But here, because shareholders have shares, that's why shareholder can transfer their shares easily in favor of any other person. Fourth easy point, fourth easy point, number of members we have completed, transfer of number of directors we have completed. Then invitation to public is easy one. Transfer of share we have completed. Easy one is invitation to public. Private sectors cannot invite general public to subscribe shares or debentures. And in case of public company, opposite of that, public company can invite general public company can invite general public for purchasing shares or debentures. Means in case of private company, they are issuing shares or debentures only to these members. But here, in case of public company, they can invite or they can issue shares or debentures to general public. 4 points we have completed. Fifth point, easy point. Easy point is, yes, private limited. It is compulsory to add private limited word if company is limited, if company is limited, if company has limited liability, we have already studied about this. This is compulsory for private company to use private limited word at the end of the name of the company if company has limited liability, if company has limited liability, and private word at the end of the name of the company if company has unlimited liability. The first one is private limited. It is compulsory to use private limited word at the end of the name of the company if company has limited liability, and private word if company has unlimited liability. So far as public company is concerned, the word limited, the word limited is added at the end of the name of the company. And sixth, last one, is minimum subscription. Minimum subscription, because private companies are restricted. Third point, because fourth point, because private sectors are restricted to issue shares or debentures to general public. That's why this provision is also not applicable. This is called minimum subscription, means the provision of what is minimum subscription I will tell you later on, but right now you have to remember that minimum subscription is applicable only when company is issuing shares to general public. So here private company cannot issue their shares to general public. That's why the provision means rule of minimum subscription is not allowed in case of private company. The provision of minimum subscription is not applicable. Whereas in case of public company, minimum subscription, the provision of minimum subscription is applicable in case of public company. What is minimum subscription? Once again, through example, suppose company is issuing 60,000 shares to general public. 60,000 shares they are issuing, or in simple language we can say they are selling 60,000 shares. So it is a provision in the Companies Act 2013 that at least 90% of this issued share, 90% of issued share is 54,000. It must be taken by shareholders, means taken by general public. If 54,000 shares are not purchased by general public, then company has no right, means public company has no right to get certificate of incorporation, means they will not get certificate of incorporation. So in order to get certificate of incorporation, it is compulsory that whatever number of shares they are issuing to general public, 90% of that, in our example 90% of 60,000 is 54,000, it must be purchased by general public, then only they have right to get certificate of incorporation. This is called minimum subscription. So provision of minimum subscription is applicable in case of public company, but it is not applicable in case of private company. So this is the difference between private company and public company, and your chapter is completed.